I feel like it just so happens that I'm not the person good to do it. So what I ended up doing, for example, when this whole lockdown hit, was I just started talking to people and asking them
Their
how it would,
insights.
yeah, like how it would affect them. So for example, I talked to the owner of a bubble tea station, si Mayan, and she just talked about how it could affect business and what to expect during business. And the thing that I got out of it, for example, in terms of business, was I think this year you just got to think about surviving. No, so that's one. I talked to my cousin, who's just a smart person. And
Mateo Giricelli.
no, no, not him. I actually don't know him that well. I talked to another cousin, and so it was supposed to be like a fun podcast where we just talk about like worst case scenarios, and it became really clear. Oh, the worst case scenario is kind of possible, and became kind of depressing. And yeah, my cousin's in the food business, and he was saying, I'm like, okay, with all of these lockdowns and quarantine, so eventually, and then what's going to happen in the future, and then we're seeing it now, is that people are going to lose so many jobs, and how are these people going to feed themselves? And then the worst case scenario is people will just be hungry, and there's going to be riots, stealing. That's the worst case. Hasn't happened yet, but you can see that people have lost their jobs, income is really low. Like all of these people who work in the restaurant industry all of a sudden have zero jobs. I saw something like 7 million people have no jobs right now, no, in the Philippines. So I ended up talking about those things. Now, if I were more interested in politics or government in general, I probably would have ended up talking about that. It
Yeah.
I think like if you have an interest in that, if somebody's listening, they have an interest in that. It This is one way to kind of get a nuanced uh, word out about it, to like really just talk, because like lahi magod when people just type it on their screens, and then just it comes down as a wall of text, and sometimes you don't get a nuanced look about it. And then that's what I like about podcasts, is because you can have a real conversation with another person
Yeah.
about, no, in fact, I kind of want to talk to somebody who knows a lot more about it than I do, no, and then just get a
Charge a
sense.
cat. Be careful what you wish for, because I'm gonna give you one.
Amo ba? Somebody,
Be careful what you wish for. And yeah. But
if
anyway, as much as I read it, daghan ko ganan chika, Carl, pero
amo ba? If you mag-work, okay, I don't want to talk to a person who has an agenda. Sometimes people just have an agenda.
no, no, these guys are actually not having an agenda. I feel well again. There are types of people. There are types of people who tend to like forecast, kind of
Mm.
forecast things ahead. Katong the your cousin, I think his personality is more like a forecasting what can be done, pero it's on the food business. I think you should really look for someone who's on the ground, foot soldiers,
No,
not
willing
the
to talk.
soldier army. Pero kanang someone who's like doing food delivery. How does it feel? Or someone like from the music industry and decided to do food, grab food, and like kana. It's like there's so many people, types of people. Pero mo lagi na dili ang upper class. Kailangan yun working class, and para makita
Well,
gini mo ba nga. It's
if,
different man good when you say it like that versus to the people who actually are doing it. They have a
exact
they have a different they have a different they have a
perspective.
different perspective. Most especially when the timeline in their head is only 24 hours. More refresh na po. Do you know that perspective? Some people think 2 days ahead. Some people think 6 months ahead. So ilang head, 6 months gina mong timeline. Tayo bang tao nga ilaharag yung timeline is 12 hours to 24 hours. Mo ng survival. They just do what they can for the day to survive. Unya, refresh na pod. Unsa na sa dako mabuhat kasunod nga adlaw. Which is what most people
On the
are now,
ground,
right? On
right?
the ground. Okay. They can't see the bigger picture. They only see how to feed themselves, how to feed their families. It's really sad, to be honest. Mo na mura kung I really wanted to tackle sa akong podcast through my podcast. I was really thinking, yun nga, can I tackle the politics? Can I tackle all these shit? Pero mo like, what if like mainitan lang kagamay, ma-bring down? I can't afford that yet at the moment. I have a lot of things to say about the UP incident. It's I had yeah, but I can't say it right now. Okay, basig ma-use ni against us. Most especially law ng anti-terrorism bill right now, right? It is a law already.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how to live. So, you know.
No, you can live your life. We just really have to adapt, I guess.